Pursuant to the rule, the gentlewoman from California is recognized for 5 minutes in support of her motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to offer the final and only amendment to this bill. Passage of this amendment will not prevent the passage of the underlying bill. If it's adopted, my amendment will simply be incorporated into the bill, and the bill will be immediately voted upon. Mr. Speaker, it's no secret that we're still primarily dependent on oil and other fossil fuels for our energy needs. And this dependence does have the effect of polluting our planet, of harming public health, and of threatening our national security. Recent advances in clean, renewable energy technology have demonstrated that it doesn't have to be this way. But rather than pursuing the sustainable energy future we know we need, H.R. 5682 and the Keystone pipeline double down on fossil fuels and push us further down this destructive path. No matter if you support or oppose Keystone XL, we can all agree that drilling and transporting oil has serious risks. It only takes one small crack, one small mistake, to cause a major oil spill and catastrophic, irreparable harm to the surrounding communities. In 1969, my home district experienced one of the worst oil spills in U.S. history. I saw firsthand the devastating damage to our local economy, to human health, property, and natural resources. And we've seen this happen far too many times since then in communities around the country. The Deepwater Horizon disaster cost 11 lives, billions of dollars in economic damages, and untold devastation to the delicate ecosystem of the Gulf. And that very same year, we saw a terrible spill in Kalamazoo, Michigan. This spill was particularly noteworthy because it involved tar sands oil, which is the same type of oil that would flow through the Keystone pipeline. Tar sands is much harder to clean up than standard crude, which is one of the reasons that spill took nearly $1 billion and several years to fully clean up. Mr. Speaker, history has shown us that there is simply no such thing as a spill-proof well or pipeline. Accidents do happen. In fact, accidents have already happened 14 times on the existing Keystone pipeline. Despite numerous assurances that Keystone XL will be safer and that spill risks will be minimal, safer simply does not equate safe. And that's why we have Oil Spill Liability Trust Fund, which is funded by an 8 cents per barrel excise fee on crude oil and petroleum products. This fund ensures that the oil companies that create these messes also pay them to clean them up. But TransCanada is currently exempt from contributing to the trust fund for Keystone because tar sands oil is not considered crude oil for purposes of the program. If Keystone XL is approved, the pipeline's tar sands oil will literally get a free ride through the United States. And if there's a spill, taxpayers and local communities, not those responsible, could be stuck with the cleanup bill. This makes no sense. TransCanada and all tar sands oil companies should have to pay into the Oil Spill Liability Trust Fund, just like every other oil company. And that's why I'm offering this very straightforward amendment. My amendment would simply require TransCanada to certify that it will pay the same per barrel fee for its tar sands oil as it does for its regular crude. It would ensure that TransCanada and not our taxpayers would pay to clean up its own mess in the event of a spill. Mr. Speaker, if we as a nation, and these are our natural resources as taxpayers, if we as a nation are going to bear 100% of the spill risk, the least we can do is to ensure that those clean it up. This is a common sense idea that should have bipartisan support. So I urge my colleagues to adopt this amendment to protect American taxpayers and ensure that oil companies pay what is only their fair share. And I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentlewoman from California yields back the balance for time.